I am currently at the Tema West Constituency. It's barely 10 hours to the general polls, that's 7th December, where Ghanaians will make that bold and big decision of choosing new leaders or retain the old ones to govern the country. Are you ready? Well, I am ready. But for now, let's go around the Tema West constituency where I give you all the facts about the political climate in this constituency. Stay with me. Tema West Constituency is located in the Tema Municipal District of Greater Accra Region, Ghana. The famous Tema Harbour is situated in the heart of this constituency. Constituents are mostly traders and field professionals. Twi and Ga is the predominant local language spoken by the inhabitants. Tema West has a voter population of 124,758 with 280 polling stations in the electoral areas. Communities that make up the constituency include Sakumono, Bachona, Lashibi, Klagon, Community 2, Community 3, 5, 6, all the way through to Ajay Kojo. 7th December is just hours away for eligible Ghanaians to go to the polls, cast their votes, and elect a president as well as members of parliament to occupy the seat of government. Residents of Tema West will definitely not be left out in this exercise. Let's take a look at the political climate and history of this constituency. In 1992, then President Jerry John Rawlings won the presidential vote with Madam Gladys Boateng, also of the National Democratic Congress, winning the parliamentary seat in the constituency. However, things took a different turn in 1996 when Tema West constituents opted for the New Patriotic Party (NPP) by voting massively for its presidential candidate John Kufuor and eventually turning the parliamentary seat over to the NPP candidate Abraham Osai Addo. Ever since then, the NPP has assumed an unprecedented grounds in the constituency by winning the parliamentary seat sequentially in all 6 general elections held in the country. This has caused many political analysts to consider Tema West as a safe seat for the NPP. In 2008, Madam Arina Toshi Addo of the NPP stepped in and won the parliamentary vote to represent the constituency. Backdating to the 2016 general election, Kingsley Carlos Ahinkra beat the then NDC candidate, lawyer James Enu, by winning 59.5% of the total vote cast, while presidential candidate of the NPP, Nana Akufo-Addo, also won 57.6% of the presidential vote cast in the Tema West constituency. The incumbent member of Parliament for Tema West, Kingsley Carlos Ahinkra, is being fiercely contested by Dr. Raphael Kwesi Sapon-Tufor of the National Democratic Congress in the build-up to the 2020 general elections. Other contesting parliamentary candidates are Emmanuel Abosai Ashison of the Ghana Union Movement, Solomon Duncan Amponsa of the Conversion People's Party, and Hyde Karen of the National Democratic Party. Some executives of the 2 leading political parties expressed confidence in their chances of winning the 2020 polls in the constituency.
When it comes to the education sector, I already told you, he has done enough supporting these little children with building of a new ICT language center for Tema School, supplying of textbooks, mathematical sets, and then organizing of vacation classes and all that for the people or for the constituents. Aside that, there is one thing I also didn't talk about, giving out loans or his loan scheme that has benefited thousands of women in Tema West, and then his development or skill training program that has benefited young girls in Tema West, and then other developmental programs or projects that he has embarked on in his first term in government. This is why I am asking each and everyone to go out there in their numbers, to go and then vote for Honorable Carlos Kingsley Ahinkra. He is number 1 on the ballot paper. We shouldn't be reluctant, or we shouldn't fold our arms and then say that we have already won the battle or we've already won the elections. No, this election, I've always said, and I'll continue to say, it's not a comfortable cushion to be sitting on, because you have a former president.
We have a good candidate that we are projecting, and our campaign has gone on very well, because we have an issue that we deliver to the people. We have some project that NDC Tema West have done for this Tema West before. So we build on that issue. So we know this election will be going for the NDC in Tema West this time around. Because about 24 years in Tema West, MPP for 24 years. There's nothing going on in this area. So Tema West need change. The youth, we have a lot of companies in Tema West. Gapuha, the toy itself, and so many things where we the youth are not getting job over here. So this time we need candidates that can project those youth so that we get a job. We can't be living in Tema, and we're also still suffering about the job issue.
Some constituents also share their views.
If there is anything to go by, there were a lot of people in this country or this community who never will have gone to school. But due to the policy that the new government has introduced, a lot of people have been to secondary school. And we all agree that the countries that have developed very well is because the citizens are educated, most of them are educated. So if there is even if you don't look at even the infrastructure or anything, at least people having the opportunity to go to school is a massive achievement that we all need to support.
So for you, that's enough for Tema West constituency to...
Well, that is one. And then there was a time when our road system was very, very horrible. But at least for now, we've seen some improvement in the road system. So that's another development project that I believe we can talk about.
I was born here, attend school here, finish school here, and everything here.
Okay. So what do you think are some of the improvements the constituency needs?
It needs more, mostly for the youth. You see, most of the jobs have collapsed. You see the factories, the factories and they have all collapsed. And now look at the Tema Harbour, where the clearing agents, some of the young boys go to work and this. Now that's also has collapsed. You see, now if you see most of the youth was going to bar, drinking and this. You see, it's not nice.
Okay, now what about your coffee?
My banner there, comma John Dramani Mahama. Because we vote to Amano. Washabo be also a yebi, I'm a Yahoo. Kufa Soba and Wabaye, I'm a Yahoo. Tea at the Tons and in there to Tone here. Metama John Dramani Mahama.
Road is not good. One, the road that leads to Kagong is very bad. And since we voted last year, we have been told they will do the road for us. But as at now, there is no change in the road. So we vote to move the person in power now. By taking him out to bring a new person to do the road for us.
Oh, me pacho, about what I adventure. And to me kodura, near a betcha never say, the way na me pay, way na me pay, way na me pay. Never come a come.
My fan said, "Ye Muhana and Cassane dear. Nano, my fan said, Nano, ye, or Mampany, Reba, hey, or buy ye, and so who are some near didn't you be sissy polytank my ye. Ah, or Mubun, so be goom, my ya, ye boon su any bit. And now, near Sadi Mukrane, and Colana, Wama, or my school free. Say, me buy any crime or nanum. Ntinya danya na nanom no nso bi ese so mo nso nya Ghana ho fa so ni bi enti na che se eno ho na mehwe na me de ato aba no se bia me na bi nso benya free education ni bia na aboa me.
Will the story be any different from the past 24 years? Will electorates in Tema West Constituency have a change of heart and give the NDC another opportunity to lead them in the political scene? Or would they stick to their old love, the MPP? I guess we all have to wait for when the Electoral Commission call the results after votes are cast on Monday, the 7th of December 2020. From the Tema West Constituency in the Greater Accra Region, Ajok Bekler reporting for TV Africa News.